I'm Leslie Smith, and I'm president of the Pacific Northwest Basketball Officials Association. And we're here training at the PNBOA Academy. We're here to train officials in our association to be the best officials in the Pacific Northwest. So let's get started.
Nice. Pass the ball. Share the ball. Pass the ball. Move.
Like 32, baby. I got it.
Dylan, pass and cut. Pass and cut. Here we go.
Good job, Sam.
basket. No land. Tyler. No land.
Hey, you're on the floor.
I'm on the left.
How yourself, Shane? How yourself? I am. Oh, yes, sir! Come down. Wait. Back.
Careful, don't knock me down.
We'll get Imran and Jackson.
Andrew.
Huh?
No, check.
Andrew. Yup. Hey, you're the coach.
He's high.
Then we'll get the
Imran, we're getting Imran Payne.
Wait, no, give Payne Jackson.
All right.
Good job, y'all. Good job. Get after, get after, get after. All right. So,
Can we talk about that slap backboard?
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Let's get.
Okay.
We'll pause on that because we. Oh, well, here he comes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the whole backboard was shaking.
Yeah.
I thought it disrupted the shot.
Okay. So the first question to ask is, who's primary with it?
Mine down low, I guess. I was
Yeah, I think it was
Down low?
I was in the lead.
No.
He was the lead.
Trail, yeah.
You in the trail.
He was lead.
No, this is
Okay.
lead.
So that's the first thing you're going to ask. Who's primary with it? When he stopped the backboard.
Well, it's hard to see it from underneath the basket.
Yeah, that's why he's out.
Right. So I made the call from the trail position.
That's definitely
You're
hurt
primary.
it, and it was great.
So did you make the
came
call?
from the-
Because it seemed like Matthew.
Well, he made the
stopped.
I was making it as
No,
well.
he made-
No, he
I
made the call.
but then he made the call, and I just let it go at
All
that
right.
point.
So that's why I go back to my original question.
Yes.
You made the call.
Yeah.
Okay. Under no circumstances should a trail be making that call from here.
But I
That
was,
he's
I
on
was,
the
I was
lead.
pausing and waiting for something.
Hang
and I
on.
was like,
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. No circumstances.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're here. You're focusing on here, right? You got one. You got.
Well, and here's.
You got. Let me finish first.
Yeah, you finished.
You have two partners out there that need to make that call. Okay. That's the first thing.
'Cause it's a break at this point, so I'm beating everybody down there, and everybody's transitioning, so
but-
nobody's in spots, right? Doesn't matter.
But
You have a bad angle on it. We both made the call, but once I saw him make the call, I let
Exactly.
him finish.
So should I
'Cause
just
he was
wait
right there.
longer then? Because I was like waiting for a bit.
Never.
Don't even do it.
Never.
And here's the thing that you have a
Okay,
tendency to
okay,
do
alright.
is you have a tendency to follow the ball.
Yeah.
So if you're following the ball, that means we aren't officiating the players.
Exactly.
Okay? So if we're officiating the players, then we're not looking up there, so we're not going to see it. But because the outside officials are out wide, they can see what's going on. So we want to trust. So this is
Yeah.
another trust the
Another
system.
trust situation.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. So we got that. We got that understood. I know there's a temptation to do it, but just don't, because exactly what's going to happen is what you just heard him. He had the call. You made the call. He gave it up. Now you got to explain something you didn't see, or you thought you saw.
You have no credibility.
Exactly. And I mentioned earlier, I mentioned to Matt, I'm a coach. You made that call, and trust me, coaches read our book. Don't think they don't read our book. So I know that wasn't your call. Guess what you just became for me for the rest of the game? What's the word I told you?
Dinner? Lunch?
Dinner. Lunch. I'm on you like new suit on the hobo, okay? So you got to understand.
So you're that coach.
So you got to understand,
Okay.
you have, whether it be one person or you have an outside person, they have a clear look at that. So we leave that alone. Now on your end, remember I said own your primary, right? You have the call. He made the call. Mine. Okay. Mine. Why? Because if I'm going to come to the coach and I need an explanation, you can give me an explanation. He's going to give me a, well, I think. So if it's one of those things where you have it, you own it because it started out there and you have a good look at it. So don't just give it up because he made the call. Okay, now the part that we deal with and that we have the little huddles, we just don't sit there and talk about we're going to go after the game. We talk talk to each other about, hey, I had that covered. You know, we kind of keep each other in check. Not to be mean about it, but it's like, hey, I had that. You didn't need to have a whistle on it.
Which we did, and then I went and reported it to the table.
Okay, perfect. Now,
But I don't know if I reported it correctly.
well,
Keep going.
so let's talk about the play itself.
Yeah.
Per the rule. Okay? If there is a successful challenge for the play, right, we cannot call it. However, if it's an egregious striking of the backboard, technical foul.
Technical, not a goaltender.
Technical foul. Because you can hit the ball hard enough that it causes the ball to
He didn't hit the ball at all.
yeah.
He never hit the ball. He hit the backboard and the net, and it made everything shake.
Fine. So, but see, here's where it gets tricky.
Right.
Right? In your mind, if it's a legitimate attempt to block the shot, you have options. But now, if I come up and I just hit the ball and the whole building starts shaking, well, that's not an option. I'm like, man, I just want to show how strong I am. Taking that Red Bull, whatever that stuff is. So that's why we have to pay attention to that.
Right.
But by rule, it's a technical foul.
Okay.
If they hit it so hard that they cause the ball to
Judgment. We deem it's intentional. That's what it says. So go read your rule book. This is your homework.
Right.
To go look up that situation in the technical
So if
foul.
it impacts the flight of the ball or the ball's ability to get in the basket, it's an intentional.
stop.
No, that's too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So
we're
the
helping.
backboard can be shaken and all that. That's not goaltending. It's just a technical or nothing.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Oh, hold on, Leslie. Can you say that one more time? What you just said about the intentional part?
I said it's in our judgment.
Right.
Are they making a legitimate play on the ball, or are they intentionally slapping the backboard? So it's a judgment call where we have to decide, were they trying to make a play to block the ball and miss and hit the backboard, or were they just not
Being
making
knuckleheads.
You know, so to me, I'm usually deferring on the side of they're making a play on the ball.
It's a hustle play, yeah.
And so really where we can tell is if the ball is on the right side of the board and they're slapping the left side of the board, okay, then they're not making an attempt. They are intentionally slapping the ball because they are nowhere near.
Would you have a viable block is like one thing, like a viable block.
Yeah,
Would
so
it
it's
look
viable.
realistic?
They're on the same side as there. It's close.
Stay with her choice of words.
Don't.
Viable.
You don't
Stay
like
with
that
her
word,
choice
right.
of words is
We
what she.
don't want to split hairs. We don't want to
Yeah,
be that good, right? So we want things to be obvious. If we have to go, well, maybe, or we talk about if we're watching video and we got to slow it down to 0.33%, or we got to watch it, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, then probably not. But if we watch the video and watch it one time and go, oh my God, then that's what it is.
Nobody had eyes on the player. All three
I
came
didn't
in.
see. Okay, I didn't see.
So all three, you want to have somebody have eyes on the player.
Well, I like what Leslie said. I think it's your homework assignment to determine if it is a technical foul, what are the procedures that you're going to need to follow through after that to administer the play. So everybody knows, because you don't want it to ever happen to you again. If it happens to you again, then you know exactly what to do, what the process is. Players go to your bench, shoot the foul. So you guys' homework assignment is to figure out what would you do as officials on the floor after that. And I like what it. Don't call shit you can't explain. That's bottom line.
But to Bo's point, no one's watching the players.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So either
That's a good point.
if we're all three going to talk,
Send them to the benches.
somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so I just want to go through a sequence with everyone who worked today. When we have a dead ball, we have a foul. What are we supposed to do? Things that should click in our mind that we need to pay attention to. What do you think? One thing you pay attention to.
For a dead ball, so I'm looking at clock.
Stop.
Where it's gonna. Well, first, what's the action? If it's why it's a dead
No, the
ball?
ball's dead. No, looking at the clock. We're looking at
Are the players?
players.
Watch of the players.
Okay. Where the ball's gonna come inbounds at? Right. That's one thing.
Who's got the ball? Where it's coming in?
How many fouls are on the? These are things that just because the ball is dead doesn't mean we stop officiating. right? And that's one thing that as you guys get more and more comfortable with working on the floor, it becomes automatic. And then if you extend it, then you know, okay, which players are your problem players, right? What you have to look at. So when you get together, okay, because I see this a lot, I understand we want to go through the mechanics of reporting to the table, but you have all this experience out here. So we need you guys, because especially if we're going to pop up and come out, come over and see us, because there's something that we want to share with you guys real quick and in a hurry. I'm not saying don't do that, but it's not as important as you guys understanding something so we can make you better officials. Okay? But on dead ball officiating, it's going to make you or break you. Right? Here's where you can kind of talk to players too. Hey, 21, I saw you get that chuck. Don't do it again. Right? So now, that player is understanding that we saw that, and if they do it again, we got them. Right? It helps keep the game flowing. So remember, the clock, where the ball's gonna come and play at, the consequence, how many fouls on the table. Hey, what else? The scores table. Are they sitting there lollygagging? Where, and you will see this in high school games. You have the person, the kids there getting extra credit, they're keeping the score. And then here's somebody else sitting next to them. On TikTok, here's somebody else sitting next to them, just one, and then next thing you know, the wrong player's fouled out, has too many fouls, or the score's wrong. These are things that when you dead ball officiate, we have to become part of our psyche. Okay? Good. Thank you. Thanks.
Good job, you guys.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.